In an example I came across with somebody where the council want to do, I don't know what the correct word is, but I call it repossess. But basically the guy has a small farm, and the local council said they need, I don't know if you know what gypsies are and stuff, I don't know what the equivalent in America is. You know, people that move around, they live in kind of nomadic existence, Romany gypsies. And basically the council said that part of their plan and strategy was to get 3 sites across the county that these people could go to, and they identified his land as a possible site. And I thought, well, hang on, looking back at that and what you do, then does the state, can they repossess his property? Because it's his property. So who has any, nobody else has any rights over that. Is it the same for that then?
Are you talking about like migrant workers or like gypsies who just come and do the picking of the fruit and then move on?
No. They basically move. They move around and they annoy the council because they move on to nice areas or public areas. And what they want to do is, for a strategy as part of their framework, is that they pick 3 sites. So when these people move around, they can only go to these so-called licensed designated sites.
That's right. You guys got something called commons. You folks have something called common ground over there. Commons.
Yeah, but
we don't.
Right. This is not really common land. So I don't know. The council owns it, and they'll turn up in a car park somewhere, and they'll sit there for 2-3 weeks, and then they'll go, and then they'll turn up on somebody's private land for a few weeks until they get letters from the courts and stuff, and then they go. So basically, they're avoiding paying rent, but they just keep moving around, enjoying the view, basically.
What are they enjoying? They're enjoying the view?
Yeah. Well, either way, they generally they move into kind of rural, kind of scenic green areas, and then they just live there for a while, help out and do some work or other probably negative things as well, some good, some bad, and then they move on. So they're always compare them to like an older nomadic experienced people.
But they do have that here in the States. The feds, like the federal parks, the federal land. I'm trying to remember when I did that. There were millions of us that did this out in Nevada. When Las Vegas turned into a boom town back in the early 1990s, there just wasn't any hotel rooms. There wasn't enough apartments for us. You know, we went there like locusts, and everybody wanted to help the city boom. So we all stayed out on federal land, and all the park rangers, the federal rangers would come around, and they'd just make sure that you weren't putting up an edifice that was anchored into the ground. They said as long as you can move it from point A, they said as long as you can move it 1 inch every 30 days, you could stay here for the rest of your life. But you have to be able to move it at least 1 inch. That's the law here in this land in the United States. Now, what it is over in England, what you guys call commons and common ground, and everybody has the right to enjoy it, even if it is private property like that. Technically, the land is the queen, is part of the crown. You own everything above the ground, but technically, in England, you can't own ground. You can own everything 1 millimeter above the ground, but technically, the ground is the people. The people in the land are the ground. You can't own people. It's slavery. You can't do it. So when you heard that old King Arthur movie, you hear King Arthur, you hear Merlin say to King Arthur, "You and the land are one, King, Arthur." What does that mean? And that's why I say to you folks, what do you think it means? It doesn't mean that he's the dirt. It means him and the people come from the land. So they're all one. The king, the people, the land, the dirt, you're all one. That's where you came from. Whether you want to believe it or not, your mommy had to eat something from the ground. Your mommy had to eat from the dirt. Your mommy had to eat what came from the earth. Whether you like it or not, that's where you came from, and that's where you're going to return. Whether you want to believe it or not, you are of the land. Whether you want to believe it or not, you're not a Martian. You didn't fall off a moonbeam. You are part of the land. So for you to say I own land is like, I own people. because land and people, one. Can you own people? Well, no. But can you own what you create on top of the land? Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
But can you own the land? No. So that all I'm trying to say, this is where that question you came from. This is what I believe that the belief is why they're allowed to do what they do. The people who thought of this 100, 200, 1,000 years ago, this is what they were. What I'm just told you is what was in their mind. Who the hell is anybody to tell anybody what they can and cannot do with land? We're all of the land. I don't care if you're Donald Trump. I don't care if you're Donald Trump. I don't care if you're Queen of
property then.
You came from land. No, property is exclusive to a man or a woman. Property is not land. You can't use, it's not the same word. See, that's what you should tell people. When you talk to somebody like me, how you know it's not the same word? It's not spelt the same. There you go. It's usually that's silly and that's stupid. Is land and property the same? Let me see. I spelled one with an L and one with a P. No. Does it mean the same? No.
If it did, it would just be one word.
Because it would be the same effing word. So, like I said, I'm one of these people that, like I said, you couldn't, what are they, like a Roger, the thesaurus? I'd be horrible at it. No, I say something, that's what it means, and it means nothing else. And that's what that word means, and that's what it means, and it doesn't mean anything else. So all this thesaurus nonsense, this Roger nonsense is nonsense, because it's just going to confuse the crap out of you. When you try to put this word for that word, when you go to court, you're going to look like a moron. It's like that's not what that word means. When you go to a court, the law is black and white. The law is deadly. You've always heard that. The law is black and white. There's no color in the law. Law is life or death. Legalese is, well, let's be reasonable. Let's be colorful about this. Let's use our imaginations here. Let's make believe that this could really be this and maybe that could really be that. No. It's either yes or no. That's all I want to hear. And that's law. Legalese is like, well, no, none of the lawyers, none of us could testify to anything being true. None of us want to take the witness stand. None of us want to be held liable. So let's be reasonable about this. And let's just play games, and let's just guess what it means. Like, look, dude, I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to guess effing anything. Yes and no. That's all I want to hear coming out of your mouth. Yes and no. And that's all I ever hear from lawyers. They say, well, let's be reasonable about this, Mr. Lentz. So like I said, I'm telling you, when you hear somebody from the government say to you, because you will hear this, especially when you try to cramming the law down their throat, they'll say, well, let's be reasonable about this, Mr. Bali. It's like, yeah, reasonable. Yeah, you're a lawyer. That's right. This guy Carl warned me about you. I'm telling you, man.
So for this friend of, he's a friend of a friend, because he's got land and it's not property, then how can so it's not really possible to own land?
It's real
when
estate.
Somebody orders you that they want that land back.
It's
this is
real
like
estate.
a nonsense conversation.
Right. It's not property. It would be like real estate. It would be an edifice. It would be a tangible asset. It would be a possession. It's not property. You can't get sloppy. Let me put it that way. You've been raised that you could be sloppy and get away with it.